And it's been so long since the pandemic that talking about it seems like making stuff up as if those things didn't actually happen. But it did happen. And there is one particular video that got seared into my brain. One video that went popular on Twitter, and I'm sure some of you may have seen it. But it did take place in a university, a place of learning where the most educated minds of America gather. And you had this person that refused to put the mask on properly. Like, he had the mask with him, but he was wearing it as a chin diaper. And this other individual comes up and tells him, no, you gotta put on the mask properly. And the guy refuses, so the other individual walks up to him and punches him in the face. Again, this is the place where America's smartest mind gather, the university. And as I looked at this, I was thinking, okay, well, what is the purpose of a mask? Is to protect the ones around you, right? Like, allegedly, it's to keep the virus on you so that you don't spread it to other people, assuming that you're even infected. Because, again, we don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure that person didn't even have the disease, but he had to wear the mask anyway. But the thing that I got from it was that the other guy, he didn't seem as if he was afraid that he's going to catch the cold. He wasn't afraid of the virus. Because if he was afraid of the virus, then he would have just kept his distance. If he was an hypochondriac, then he would have, just managed to avoid that guy without a mask like the plague. But instead he got confrontational. Like, he actually went to the guy and punched him. And if the guy was actually sick with the plague, then that would have increased the risk for him to get exposed. And this meme appeared on the internet shortly after, and it's very interesting, is that people actually aren't bothered if someone else wears a mask or not, because if it was such a big deal, they would just stay away from you. They are bothered that you're disobedient. They are bothered that your strength shines a light on their weakness. And it's this thing that is applied to video games in modern time. Because we live in a time when we can't really say that we live under Sharia. We can't really say that the Christians are imposing their values on entertainment. I mean, you look at the music industry and you see Beyonce shaking her ass, and Wet Ass Pussy is the #1 trending video on YouTube. You got OnlyFans and Twitch trying to break the new meta, and you have access to all sorts of websites that have adult content. Like, this isn't the issue. The issue is that when you look at the gaming industry, when you look at video games in particular, anything that isn't heteronormative, anything that isn't considered the male gaze, is pushed aggressively. So if you're talking about homosexuality, if you're talking about ugly female characters, if you're talking about all these things, not only are they pushed, but they're cherished. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 had some of the most lewd depictions. Like, you get to see characters' dongs, basically, and they have physics for the dongs. And it went so bad that Microsoft even started banning accounts for people that were uploading images from the game onto their cloud server. But that game was promoted and it was cheered, and again, you get to do so many things over there. And all the journalists liked it. I'm not even going to talk about the bare sex scene, but like there's actual scenes where you get to fornicate with demons that have like female characters that have male faces, and all of that nastiness. And again, I'm not against it, but I'm saying that it's being promoted, right? It's being championed. Meanwhile, Stellar Blade is causing all the controversy, even though it shouldn't. Like, there is nothing in Stellar Blade that would have been even remotely controversial 5 years ago. But now it is controversial. And, controversy aside, I'm not interested right now in what people think. I'm interested in how people act. And it seems that the camps on social media are so divided to the point that if these individuals were at the university, they would actually punch each other. Because you have like these people that don't even want to buy Stellar Blade, they're not even interested in it, but they go out of their way to be antagonistic, cheeky little shits towards the people that do care and do want to spend money on the product. And it's so bizarre, isn't it? right? Because they go, well, why do you care about the piece of fabric? Why do you care about the piece of clothing? Why do you enjoy entertainment in this bizarre way? Why do you like lewdness in video games? Shouldn't you watch Beyonce instead twerking? Like, what is wrong with you? And at the end of the day, I genuinely think that this is the meme. Like, it perfectly applies to these people. They don't really care what type of entertainment you like. They don't really care about what type of entertainment you enjoy. But for them, it's like you're not wearing the mask. Like you're supposed to not like this game. The media told you that you're not supposed to like the game. The influencers told you that you're not supposed to like the game. And not only do you like it, but you're promoting it. You're going out of your way in order to contradict the people that are the influencers, and you're not being influenced. And this really pisses them off. It pisses them off to see that Kotaku and the Sweet Babies and all of the other grifters, they're desperately trying to tell people how to think, and now there's petitions that have tens of thousands of people that think differently, and this really scares them. This really terrifies them. The idea that people do not have the same thoughts, that people do not just outright believe the things that they are told to believe, and they're sitting a little bit down and they're analyzing it, and it's like, well, hold on a little bit, like, this doesn't make sense. Why is this game allowed but this one isn't? Why isn't there a standard? Like, either you accept nudity in video games or you don't. Why is this game getting preferential treatment and this one isn't? What is with this, like, protection tax? Like, all of a sudden Hades has nudity in the game, but because I guess, like, they hire the correct consultants, they're being left alone, while Stellar Blade, oh my god, this is disgusting, this is horrible, it's beyond the pale. Meanwhile, Hades is artistic, it's expressive, it's beautiful, it's right. So this is the only way that I can explain it, because I can understand why the grifters think the way they think. I can understand why the Joelers think the way they think, but like the average Joe that just stays on Discord and has absolutely no dog in this race, why does he care? Because if you think about it, I genuinely don't care about FIFA whatsoever. Like, I don't play the game, I'm not interested in the game. And if I were to see that the people who like FIFA do not enjoy the way Ronaldinho is being depicted, and they would have like these petitions and they would try to pressure the company to change something about the player there, I don't care to the point where I don't have any opinion on it. So I wouldn't go and inject myself into the conversation and be an antagonistic cheeky little shit with other people just for the sake of it. So what motivates people in being that antagonistic when it comes to the fans of Stellar Blade? That it's the mask. It is what it is that you are being disobedient. They cannot suffer the fact that someone else thinks differently. They are terrified of it. They are afraid of it. They do not understand that in a democratic society, there can be people that have disagreements or different opinions about the same subject. They believe in a culture of safetyism. Like, no, you have the fact checker, you have the influencer, they tell you how to think, and you think like that. But let me know what you guys think. And as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.